So we're going to be doing some rigging, not rigging, but we're going to be going over a rig that we used to use at my old studio, and we're going to be talking about it a little bit more in depth about how we used to use it. So let's cruise on over to Blender and have a good look at it. Alright, let's go, hey. So Blender, this is the rig. This is a no frills kind of rig. It's really important how you select it. You can see how everything is detached. We call this our freeform rig. So you can see here it has no IK. We're using the auto IK that Blender comes with, and we use the 3D cursor for pivoting around. A quick demonstration of the pivot. If we want these toes to pivot from their tip, then we place the pivot there, and the period key, we just select 3D cursor, and then we can pivot around there like that. And then it's just a matter of just scooching these guys into place where you want them to be. So the thing is like you have to remember is that we're 2D animators, we're not 3D animators. Well, I'm a 3D animator and a 2D animator, but the people that we would employ were mostly 2D animators. So they had a really good understanding of maintaining volume and form and pushing silhouettes. So the one thing that the 3D people, I guess, are going to be saying in the audience is how do you get really nice rotations? Like, if that's the case, how do you do it? So I'll show you. So let's just clear this out. Alt-RS. Okay, and just delete that keyframe. This keyframe. Okay, all gone, all good, nice and clean. All right, so remember it's order of operations, so I want to rotate around the active element. So we're going to do this, and on the last demonstration that I gave that I'm going to take down is we use, I should say, we rely on changing the frame rate and recording. So that's it really. So we play things back in 24 frames a second for motion graphics characters. But then when we're recording, we just throw it down the frames, down the frames per second, 1. So we just do that, and then we hit play. And so then all we do is we just record. And so because you're pretty much, you've got plenty of time, so we've got a little settle. And then we throw this back into 24 frames. And we can see we've got a really stiff arm. Set this to 2D cursor. Stretch this out a bit. All these spline are going nuts. There we go. And then it's just a matter of just going through and just, cleaning out your curves and what you want, and then just finding the positions that you want. The reason why we do it this way, I should explain, is because if you don't, and you're just using your auto IK to position, so say you're doing this right, and you're not considering where you're actually rotating from. And this is why I think this is such a good rig to introduce people into 3D and get them animating this way, because it really makes the animators think more about what they're actually doing and what they're selecting in 3D space. So we've made this pose, and now let's say if we want to pose it back, I can't tell you how many times I've given this example. You can see here the hand passes through the rig. So that's one of the reasons why we go that way. But you know, like, just delete these keyframes, Alt-RS, and scooch this back to 0. So I mean, like, one thing you might do, for example, is you might go, okay, well, that's my this is my first keyframe. This is going to be my anticipation. So you get this key to here, and then you come down, and then you're coming down like that, yeah, and then coming down. Let's say finish on 20, and then we're gonna rotate this guy. I notice I don't leave it selected when I rotate this, because watch what happens. Right. Oh my god. So yeah, you're always thinking about what you're selecting last. Like, that's it. I mean, this is animation. Like, it's, what do they say? I remember like when I used to do freelance work for Disney, they would just say, like, the guys would say, smoke and mirrors, man. And like, the reality is, it is, and then Maya became popular, and everything was about getting it absolutely accurate and correct and absolutely precise. And I think as a world of animators, we forgot how to fudge and make stuff work. Yeah. So anyway, if you do that, you can see here, like, the auto tweening doesn't really work as well. So, you know, like, you're splitting hairs between which way you want to work. But the thing is like, I mean, for us, like, we keyframe everything on 2s, and it goes to constant frames anyway. And then pretty much, if it's working, it's working. Like, so that's how we did it. That's how we used to do it. It's nothing really magical, right? Like, that's it. Like, yeah, it's kind of super simple. So that's it, guys. I feel like I should be a tiger and roar. All right, and then but basically that's how we used to animate, using Blender character rigs, using Rigify. So it was really, you know, simple. It was less about the software and the technical stuff, and it was really about just animating. That's it. So yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you later.